The man found out his wife was cheating, so he killed her, then managed to fool all the police. It all started with a phone call between two brothers. Nick told Jess he had discovered his wife Lisa was having an affair. He went to a hotel front desk. Even though Lisa hadn't used her real name, Nick recognized her handwriting. He slipped the clerk a tip and got the room across from hers room 508. Then he got a gun, ready to make them pay. Jess was terrified because the gun Nick had was his. He tried to talk Nick down, but Nick had already reached room 508, determined to find out who the other man was. Hearing that, Jess panicked. He urged Nick to stay calm and said he'd come help right away. Nick reluctantly agreed. What he didn't know was that the man Lisa was with was Jess. Jess warned Lisa that Nick was right across the hall with a gun. Lisa wanted to call the police, but Jess stopped her. If the cops showed up, their affair would be exposed. Nick still didn't know who the man was, so they had to find a way to escape. Jess came up with an idea. He called Nick's room using the landline. If Nick picked up, Jess could sneak out. It worked. Jess ran for the elevator, but it wasn't coming. Nick was about to walk out. Jess bolted for the stairs. Nick saw someone had hit the elevator button, but didn't get in. He guessed the person took the stairs. Lisa suddenly heard a door open. It was a tourist from the room next door. She opened her door and warned him that the hallway wasn't safe. But as they struggled, Jess made it to the car. Meanwhile, Nick tied up the tourist and pulled out his phone, planning to call Jess for help. Lisa tried to stop him. In the chaos, Nick accidentally shot and killed her. Hearing the gunshot, Jess rushed back to the hotel. He reached for his phone to call Nick, only to realize he'd left it in the room. He knocked on Nick's door.
No, wait. Quiet, man. You gotta be quiet.
Now, they were both trapped in the room. Nick still hadn't noticed Jess's phone. He thought the tourist was the other man. As Jess looked for a way out, Nick pointed the gun at the tourist's head. He said the man had spent the night with Lisa. His DNA was all over the room. If he killed him now, he could stage it as a murder-suicide out of love. Only Jess knew there was no DNA. The cops wouldn't buy it. Then Nick shoved the gun into Jess's hands. He wanted him to pull the trigger.
Pull the trigger. You put the fucking gun against his head, and you pull the fucking trigger. I can't fucking get it over with, man. Pull the trigger. You did this, Terry. You killed her. And nothing that we do to him is gonna bring her back.
Nick started to regret everything. Jess spotted his phone.
We're gonna figure this out, man.
After some convincing, Nick agreed to turn himself in. He left the room to find cleaning supplies. Jess grabbed the phone, but when he looked at the screen, he saw a voice message. Turns out, right after shooting Lisa, Nick had called Jess's phone. The ringtone had gone off on the bed. Nick had heard it and figured everything out. He came up with a new plan.
Julian, I've been trying to reach you.
You got me worried.
I know you've been having a bad night, and
Whatever it is.
I just don't want you to end up.
That's when Jess realized he'd been set up. With just one voice message, Nick had pinned the whole thing on him.